Oh man, for real, for real, for real. It ain't good to snitch on that post office lady. How would you feel, Tim? How would you feel? For real. It ain't good to snitch on your mama when she whipping Brian's tail. For real. It ain't good to snitch on Myron just because that floor might peel. For real. It ain't good to snitch on excursion mechanics trying to work on that big old piece of steel, that raggedy piece of steel. For real. It ain't good to snitch on contractors just because they won't offer you backdoor deals. For real. And it ain't good to snitch on contractors just because they don't want to get hustled while you try to steal. For real. And of course, it ain't good to snitch on Cook after smiling in Cook's grill. For real. And it ain't good to snitch on junk removers that did what you expected them to do. You knew the deal. Tim, you knew the deal. For real. All right. All right. Before I get into my reaction to the recent IAG Farms video, I do want to recognize you guys that have been active in the comments. Keep that commentary going. Keep that dialogue flowing both ways. I definitely have to recognize you, Ready Tim writers, in the comments. I see what you guys are saying. I hear what you guys are saying. You're saying, Captain, Captain, you are. Captain, you and your subscribers are weird. You guys are weird for critically analyzing the content that you view. You guys saying you guys are weird for holding Tim accountable for what dribbles from his mouth. You guys are saying you guys should just be deaf and blind and amazed by what Tim has to offer. You guys are supposed to be just amazed and in awe, like the rest of us woeful Tim worshipers. You guys are like, hey, you guys are weird for not letting Tim take it, fake it, and make it. You guys are weird for not allowing Tim to make it, as in allowing him to just make up the truth as he goes. I hear you guys. You guys be wilding in the comments. I hear you guys. But in the meantime, I digress. Welcome back to the end game, where today I'm going to provide my reaction to the recent IAG Farms video where Tim talks about starting a movement, or a movement starts today. I'm going to provide my reaction to that video here. Early in the video, Tim and Megas inform us that they're on the way, they're on the road, going to pick up some feeder pigs because that smoked sausage that Tim prepared recently, it was so good that they can't wait to get some more feeder pigs. And I'm like, hold on now. I thought that there was a mission whereby you were supposed to be giving away meat to people all over the country and all over the world. But you're telling us that because the food was good, the pig, the sausage was good to your palate, it was good to the taste, you can't wait to get some more of that pork in your belly. And I'm like, which is it? Is it giving stuff away to the country and the world? Or is it filling your mouth with some more goodness? Which is it? But you inform us that you're on your way to go pick up some pigs. You're looking forward to building a relationship with these farmers, or you're looking to try to hustle them out of some free pigs in the future. And I'm like, okay, which is it? Is it a partnership? Is it a transactional relationship? Which is it? Just let us know. We know that you like to make it up as you go, and you like to amend it and modify it and adjust it as needed. But just let us know. We're privy, we're witness to Tim and Megan teaching the boys how to be illiterate. And they're talking about how they're headed down the road, and they talk about pretty much every stop that they go to is an hour away. Whether they're traveling to a small town, whether they're traveling to the post office, going to the grocery store, going to the neighbor's house. They talk about how everything is just an hour away. And although as adults, we joke about things like that, we just have to keep in mind that those boys are always learning. They're always being educated, whether it's formal or informal. And so they're listening. And so when you talk about things being an hour away, we won't be surprised when those boys are inquired about certain things in the future and they're talking about it's an hour away. And we'll know exactly where they got that from. But we're like, holy moly. Now, it's not enough that those boys don't talk right. Okay? It's not enough that their homeschooling is flawed. Did you guys see how the other day, it was little Noah. Noah was supposed to be doing some skip counting in his workbook. And Tim and Megan, they were so determined to do the filming, and they were so focused on the script that they forgot to notice that little Noah was putting the wrong numbers in his workbook. And I'm like, okay, talk about juggling too many things simultaneously. I sure hope so that that's not the type of education that little Noah receives on a daily basis, although I would not be surprised, because once again, trying to educate 3 different boys at 3 different age, grade, and aptitude levels would be a challenge for any supposed teacher. I would not be surprised if little Noah has those types of mishaps on a regular basis, but certainly when big old Tim is up in the room, just focused on filming and not on the actual education. But that's my coach.
We'll see, and if not, maybe like Tim was saying, on the next round we can get in, help them castrate whatever pigs they want to castrate, and castrate ours until they're and then just come get them when they're weaned. So that's where we're headed. We're headed somewhere not far from here. It's a place called Learn It, Mississippi. So we're headed there, a little bit out of town, but just the next country town over, basically.
Right. Skipping a hop.
Yep, hopping to skip over, and we're
Talk a little noise, drinking Dr. Pepper, spit a couple times, and you'll be there. Right around the corner.
all right.
Over yonder.
All right, Bubba.
How do you get there? Take a turn over yonder.
He took it there. He took it there. Of course.
How long gonna take you to get there? 1 hour.
1 hour. That's how long. Every time somebody asks us how long does it take to get there, we live out in the boonies, so we say 1 hour.
1 hour.
How long it takes to get to the gas station?
1 hour.
How long it takes to drive down your driveway? 1 hour.
How long it takes to get to your next door neighbor house?
1 hour. Why? Because you're going to talk to some people. You're going to do a farm chore. You're going to do something before you get over there. So it's always
How long does it take to get to Chicago? 1
1
hour.
hour.
I thought you lived in Mississippi. We do.
How long does it take to get to 2 minute gas station?
1 hour. Ty say, how long it take to get to a 2 minute gas station? 1 hour. How about 2 minutes? It is. That's country life, buddy.
All right, y'all.
Later in the video, we see Tim backing up his shiny new cattle hauler to the weathered, the used, the partially rusty old cattle hauler that the actual farmers use. And we can't help but notice the contrast. And we're like, well, how in the world does Tim need a brand new cattle hauler, whereas the true farmers, the folks that do the farming every day, the ones that have to transport livestock on a daily or weekly or monthly basis? How is it that they can get along with a used cattle hauler, whereas y'all's Pastor Tim, he needs a brand new cattle hauler to haul all that dust that it collects 98% of the time? How is it? Tell me. You ready, Tim Riders? How is it? Huh? No explanation? But all right. So we get to see him back up his cattle hauler.
Hi, my name's Megan.
Mark.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing, cowboy?
I'm doing good.
Good. My name's Mark.
My name is Tim.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Tim.
Well, they're on a homeschool field trip.
Hey, what's your name?
No.
Noah? Man, y'all are some little men.
I'll grab them.
All right.
Really?
My name.
What's up, buddy? You ready to come on out? Let's get...
He had to call his wife to come down and meet the boys.
Oh,
You gotta come down here and meet y'all. I mean, these little men right here are something else. Your quiver is full.
That's
yeah.
the impression that we want.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Some people look at you and go, "Oh no, how you doing?" You don't know what a blessing is.
Amen. That's right.
About 12 of them running around. We didn't have 4 C-sections.
Yeah.
We had to stop because of the
Yeah. That's right.
12 of them running around. We didn't have 4 C-sections.
We get to see the gentleman transferring pigs from his hauler over to Tim's hauler, and we get to see that site and what have you. Once they get all the pigs loaded, now bear in mind that during all of this, Megan is the camera person. She's working the camera today. And after they get all the pigs loaded, Tim is out there smiling and giggling with the farmer. And Tim instructs Megan, go get some footage of the pigs in the hauler. And mind you, Megan has little Benjamin on her hip, and she's balancing the camera with her one free hand. And yet Tim is still like, get up in there, get up in there and get some shots of the pig. And so, of the pigs. And so Megan, being the obedient wife that she is, she climbs up onto the hauler and she gets some footage of the pigs inside there. And apparently that wasn't good enough. And so while she's still balancing Noah and the camera, she climbs on to the edge. She climbs up onto the side of the hauler again to get some even better footage. And we're like, holy moly, because all of this goes on while Tim is empty-handed. So Megan's juggling and she's climbing, and Tim is just sitting there chit-chatting and shooting the breeze with the farmer, trying to give the farmer some impression. And I'm like, okay, Tim, not everybody is a steady Tim supporter. Not everybody is a ready Tim rider. Some people can actually see what's going on. And you think that farmer did not notice that something was severely imbalanced in the workload. Something was severely imbalanced in what was going on and what was being transacted with their pigs in those moments. You think that he didn't notice? Come on, coach.
Maybe a little mushy in the bottom. I guess.
Oh yeah, they're fine. They used to mud and all things not mud. You know what I mean?
There's our pigs in there.
Wife sees that.
There's our pigs in there.
Wife sees that.
There's our pigs in there.
Wife sees that. She will, because here comes my family.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, I love it. We need
When they get out of the... Gets a
shake
handshake.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a wonderful thing. Look at
tired now.
Near the end of the video, Tim once again talks about the vision, the old vision, and some of the ministry work, the old ministry work that they used to perform in the city. And he lures the woman into a conversation about how back when they solicited donations from stores, they would get the expired goods, the not necessarily bad goods, but the expired goods to give to the needy. He talked about how the expired food was somehow not satisfactory for the needy who were just trying to fill their bellies with some food. But he talked about how it was not satisfactory. He lured him in. He lured the woman in. You could see her husband, the farmer's husband, standing over a couple of feet away, and he's just listening to the tale. He's like, what kind of nonsense are you participating in with this guy? What kind of nonsense? Okay. The needy, they desire sustenance. But she talks about how the needy should be given our first fruits. And I'm like, okay, hold on now. That's not biblical. Okay. Biblically speaking, it's God that should get our first fruits. Okay. And so in any situation where we're able to share some of our goods, rather than discarding the goods, rather than tossing them out, rather than selling them for personal gain, any opportunity we have to share with the needy should be appreciated. And the needy do appreciate it. Okay, there's only a couple of people that don't appreciate it. Okay, and those couple of people involve your pastor and my coach. But he lures her into that conversation, and we're like, okay, all right, Tim, we get it. And I'm like, okay, well, how can you talk about giving first fruit when, Tim, you don't even give first fruit to those people in your household? Okay, Megan doesn't get first fruit. She gets scraps. You're the one that gets the brand new toys. Okay, the boys, they don't get first fruit. They have to wait for donors to send out donations. Okay, they don't get first fruit. All right, Megan doesn't even have a budget. So what kind of first fruit is it for a woman, for a wife, not to even have a budget, let alone her own money? What kind of first fruit is it for Megan not to have her own money? The boys, they're begging for quarters and pennies. They talk about money that you owe them. How are they getting first fruit when you don't give them what you rightfully owe them, what they rightfully deserve? And so this discussion about first fruit is just discussion. But we can't fault the farming woman. We can't fault her, because she doesn't know that the real Tim's shady. Just like the woeful Tim worshipers. She doesn't know any better.
Ministry that we had a food bank as a part of our ministry, and these stores, they would give away food, and they would give away like their expired food. Oh, he's fine. they would give away like the expired food to like the ministries. They'd give it away right before it expires, and then they do the write-off thing for it. And that's what they would give us and all the other ministries in Jackson. And so we had the vision, like, let's start raising our own food. We're not taking the scraps anymore. And we're gonna meet other farmers. Yeah, and we're gonna meet other farmers, and we're gonna team up, and we're gonna give people good food. We're not gonna give away some garbage.
Why are we giving these people the garbage? That's exactly what I said.
Yep.
And you didn't even tell me that. I said, I bet that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. We're giving quality food.
Yep.
And that's a true ministry. Mm-hmm. Not just giving your garbage, which you're going to have a write-off for.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're giving the best tomato plants, the first fruits.
Yep,
and
that's
we had to
it.
go through all the stuff and pick through this and pick through that and see what was good. And it's like, no, we're not doing this anymore.
Yep,
and
that's
we had to
it.
go through all the stuff and pick through this and pick through that and see what was good.
Yep,
and
that's
we had to
it.
go through all the stuff and pick through this and pick through that and see what was good.
But all right. That's it. That's it for my reaction to that recent IAG Farms video where Tim talks about a movement starting. And fortunately, he's not talking about a bowel movement, because we've been witness to a bowel movement for at least the last couple of years. But he's talking about some other mythical movement that started on that day. But okay, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please chop it up in the comments. You heavy Tim followers, Tim and the heavies, please chop it up in the comments. As usual, I look forward to hearing from you guys. I want to shoot out some love to my current subscribers. Thank you for showing me that love. For those viewers that have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing so that we can continue to shine that light. Until next time.